So we move into our SUV crossover range now, and this is where we start with our all-wheel drive vehicles, starting with the Sorento over here, which is your bigger luxury SUV, and then we move into our crossover area, which is your smaller SUV slash crossover, which is the Sportage. Now the Sportage is a 2017 edition here. It's on the line here, it's the only 2017 that we have, and this one comes in two different trim levels as far as engines are concerned. You have a 2.4 liter inline four cylinder, and then you also have a 2-liter turbo. This one is constituted is the 2-liter turbo. It's the one with all the power and all the torque. The 2.4 liter, which is standard, has roughly about 181 horsepower, 19 miles per gallon in the city, and about 26 in on the highway. And when you start working with the turbo, 260 horsepower with roughly the same amount of torque. And then you're looking at about 19 in the city still and about 25 on the highway. And this is all-wheel drive, which is another huge feature that adds to the illustriousness of this. Aerodynamic design, a little bit more of a higher class design that they've taken on for this generation. And then it's culminated with these really cool looking 19-inch wheels, which really adds to the flavor. And still having the ability to tow 2,000 pounds. This wrapped into there adds a really nice little punch as far as power, horsepower, performance, still getting better fuel economy, 5-seat accommodating, and you have enough room in there for you to take all the stuff that you need for the trip. When we move over into our next SUV category, we're going to be looking at the Sorento. As you see one of our families there now, they're going to be taking one of the cruises in one of the vehicles. As you look at it, we start to go around the vehicle. This is also our SXL edition, so it means it's the top of the line trim level and it has a V6 in it. This V6 has a 3.3 liter, the same as the Sedona does, but this one a little bit more compression, so it gives you a little bit more horsepower, about 290 horsepower to be exact. This is a 7-seat accommodating SUV. That's one thing that makes this a little bit more illustrious. Let's move over because one of our other vehicles is moving in, so let's get a little bit closer to the vehicle. As we start to look around the vehicle, you can see some of the contour lines of this, very sleek. As you can see, some of the European inspired design on the vehicle, and that's from some of our latest engineers that have come on and redesigned part of it. It is also all-wheel drive. You're getting roughly about 24 miles a gallon on the highway and about 17 in the city. This vehicle, 290 horses, still has that type of performance, suspension performance, and other aspects of it that adds to the elegance and regalness to it. Now, as I was referring to the Sportage can start right in that $21,000 range, actually in the $19,000 range, and this one is constituted, can be right in that $33,000, $34,000 range. Conversely, if you want to step up in size to a vehicle that has a little bit more, and you have a little bit more seat accommodation, as I said, to be able to accommodate 7 full passengers, now you're looking at something with a little bit more elegance to it, a little bit more refinement, obviously a lot more power to it, and this one you're going to be in the $44,000 range, and we're talking about top of the line, all the bells and whistles included. Here are our SUVs and crossovers in all of their elegance.